go back to his high school career, and there was really nothing fancy about his numbers. He threw for about 2,000 yards. He did rush for about 680 his senior year. 21 TDs, only 3 picks. Just kind of a quiet guy that gets the job done.
I tell you what, he announced his presence with authority this season in that opener. I'm not sure even the ULM coaching staff knew what they had at quarterback until that game.
Boy, swallowed up that time by Denzel Duvall. A loss of 4 on the play, and give Duvall his 3rd tackle behind the line and his 1st sack of the season.
All right, we talked about Chase Region, the right tackle. You see right here working against Duvall. He's going to be coming off the edge, outside linebacker, but he plays on the line of scrimmage almost exclusively. And he just falls right back underneath once he reached the quarterback's depth. So difficult knowing that that pocket will collapse inside out with the way Alabama can pressure.
Third down and 8 for the Warhawks. They'll come near side, get it to Caesar, trying to turn the corner, nowhere to run. Swarmed by the crimson jerseys, give them 4, and now it's 4th down.
You see Alabama, this is one of their favorite sets, certainly one of their favorite defensive alignments for Reggie Ragland. They get in their dime package, and they allow number 19 to roam around that interior portion of the offensive front and pick where he wants to attack. That is not an optimal down and distance, of course, for any offense. But again, we've seen Todd Berry not scary to get Garrett Smith going in the ground game with a couple inside runs.
Chris Qualls, the true freshman from Searcy, Arkansas. Back to punt, averaging about 34 yards a kick. Pressure comes, he gets it away. Fair catch called for by Cyrus Jones at the 45-yard line. So Alabama's defense does force a flip in the field. Good field position coming up for the Tide offense when we return.
Missouri, Kentucky, tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN network.
No one's safe because no one's forgotten. Everybody's looking for redemption, for revenge. They know what it takes. So get ready. They're coming.
$14. They're winning $1,400. This is what your business is doing every year by staying with AT&T. Want a positive return on investment? Switch to Spectrum Business and give your business faster internet speeds and more advanced phone features, all for less than AT&T. Instead of putting $1,400 here, keep that money right here. Get 60 meg internet for just $39.99 a month when bundled with phone for just $29.99 a month. Call today.
From MMA, Muay Thai, kickboxing, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to fast track, power track, boxing, yoga, and personal training. No matter your stage of fitness, X3 Sports will take you to the next level. Experience X3 for free by heading to our website and signing up for a class at any of our 3 convenient Atlanta locations. X3 Sports. Real training, real results.
I'm very disappointed. I apologize to the people who support this program that we didn't represent it with the class that it deserves to be represented with, and we will get it fixed. All right, we will continue to work to get where we want to go relative to the kind of football players that we develop, the attitude that we develop in them, the consistency that they play with, the responsibility they take for getting their job done and doing their job so we can execute better as a group.
That was the post-game comments after that 2007 loss to ULM, and I would say that that focus paid off. They went 12-2 in 2008, and then, of course, the rest is history.
Message received, yes. Right? And accepted, because it certainly has resulted in a near dynasty. You could probably even call it that. Certainly dominance is a fair moniker for what they've been able to build. I think in a lot of ways it helped this program hit the reset button. This is what can happen if you don't buy into the quote-unquote process, and it certainly has paid dividends.
Let's see what Alabama's offense can do here. They've had a couple of punts. They'll hand it to Henry off the left side. He'll pick up a 2.5, maybe 3 yards. Just not a lot of juice in the stadium today. You don't see a lot of it on the field right now.
Nah, you know, other than really the Kenyon Drake run, there hasn't been a whole lot of pop to the offense. That's for sure. We've seen a couple of passes completed, but oftentimes just short of the yardage needed to get the conversion.
Second down and a short 8, long 7, if you will. Couple of tight ends set now for the Crimson Tide. Here's some pressure. Bama picks it up nicely. Pass is caught at the 42-yard line of ULM by Cam Sims. Trey Caldwell on the coverage.
Some of these guys needing to step up. Receiver Cam Sims is another young target in the passing game. As we mentioned, they lost their top 3 receivers from a season ago. It wasn't just Amari Cooper, Christian Jones, DeAndre White as well.
Here's Henry off the left side. He'll get it down to the 35-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry.
These are the plays, these gap schemes. By gap schemes, I mean you pull a backside offensive lineman, you get a double team at the point of attack. This offensive line seems to do an excellent job with that type of a run game approach. Did a good job versus Ole Miss as well. And here today, those have been the better runs.
Coker under pressure, throws it in the ground. ULM had that one snuffed out, looking for Calvin Ridley. Pressure came from Lorenzo Jackson.
We talked about last week, Cooper Bateman got the start. Suppose he was going to bring that run element to the offense. He didn't pull the football very much. Well, the second play of the game was a pull from the belly of the running back, and he hits O.J. Howard. A similar idea here. And well defended by the Warhawks on the perimeter.
Coker 6 out of 9, 42 yards to start this game. 2 tight end set. They'll line up in that pistol with Henry, your tailback. They'll give it to the big fellow. Big fellow left side. Good stiff arm. Has the first down.
I'll tell you what, if you let number 2 get his feet moving, you talk about a downhill runner. I mean, it's a downhill scenario for you as a defender. And the guy's a monster in this offensive backfield. And once he gets churning, it's a frightening proposition.
Bama in the hurry-up mode. Henry shakes off another ULM defender, give him 9 more yards.
Back-to-back outside runs. Alabama doing a great job of collapsing the right side of ULM's defensive front. Cam Robinson doing a good job of sealing the edge. And again,
this time it's Kenyon Drake on the carry off the left side. That's a gain of 5. And another first down, so they'll have an opportunity to pick up a first down right around the 2-yard line. They'll stay 2 tight end set. Give it to Drake, left guard. Makes a man miss. He's down to the 5-yard line.
You're not going to see a lot of 2-back formations for Alabama this season. Certainly not with a lead blocker lining up in a traditional fullback spot. It's not bad to get a pulling guard out in front of your ball carrier. That time Alphonse Taylor pulling around to lead Drake into the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we're still trying to get
Looks like Cody Robinson, senior outside backer. He's been bothered with a foot injury. Didn't play in their last outing. ULM only 2 games. They've already had a bye week. This is a team, by the way, that's going to play 13 regular season games. They have that waiver to play 13 because they're going to go out to Hawaii late in the year, late November. But they play 13 games. Only 5 are at home.
Yeah, that's tough. Gosh, brutal. Not only an early contest, an extra contest, but to have to do it packing your bags.
Second down and 3. They'll give it to Henry. Not much happening there. So now it'll be 3rd down and about 3. Once again, first down line right around the 2-yard line. Jaron Johnson, Colton Moorhead combined for that stop for ULM. As Alabama gets to the line in a hurry once again. Here's Henry. And he'll be shy the first down. It'll be 4th down and about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. Lorenzo Jackson crashes in to make the play.
You mentioned the big fella, Derrick Henry. If you get those legs turning, he's a menace. If you get around his feet, especially early and around the line of scrimmage, you can trip him up. At that time, those backside end up collapsing in and around Derrick Henry's ankles, which is probably the only place you can attack him, as big as he is, but to force the 4th down.
Nick Saban's going to take a timeout, but he is pointing to the play clock. Said it never reset. Regardless of 4th down and about 1.5 yards coming up. The timeout gives us an opportunity to visit with Dari back at the studio.
All right, guys, it is time for an SEC Right Now, brought to you by State Farm. Down 7-0, trying to snap that 10-game skid against Florida. Tennessee, little wide receiver pass. Josh Dobbs on the receiving end, and he's gone. 58 yards for the touchdown, and it is a 7-7 game right now in the second.
Well, I tell you what, that's a big game for both those, but I think it's a really, really big game for Tennessee.
No question. I mean, they've lost for 10 straight years. That was one of the marquee matchups in that East Division. Hasn't been the case. A decade of dominance by the Gators. And Tennessee's been so close. You know, that 10-9 loss a season ago had to have been deflated.
See what Bama has here. And ULM will take a timeout.
Well, they brought in, they've got an overload. And they moved their right tackle, Dominic Jackson, over to the left-hand side. Todd Berry takes a timeout, wants to make sure that his troops are ready. This is a huge 4th down. We've seen this Warhawk defense deny the Crimson Tide on the previous 2 possessions. Now, you know, they get the ground game going a little bit, but the force a 4th and short. Big opportunity for them to turn the Tide away.
You know, we keep hearing, what kind of offense is this? What is their mantra as a unit? And it's hard to figure out. They're trying to run the football, but you're now looking at 4th down and about 1 yard here. They hadn't had much success once they got inside the 15-yard line running the football.
Bogs down, doesn't it? And you look at it, Lane Kiffin is working his way through his troops. We were visiting with him yesterday. They were saying, look, we don't really need an identity. We can be somewhat amorphous, and that's my terminology more than it is theirs, but you take what you give them. But they're only about 50%. They've already had 8 4th down attempts this year, only converting 4.
So here we go on 4th down and about 1.5 yards. Coker under center, out of the I formation. Henry with the carry. And the size and the will gets Alabama a touchdown. The 8th for Derrick Henry.
Well, they ran well behind the left side of the Alabama offensive front. And this time they borrowed yet another offensive lineman. Why not stick big Dominic Jackson over there as well for 78? Force them to defend yet another gap over there. They collapse that side of the Warhawk defense.
Adam Griffith in to attempt the point after. Cooper Bateman with the hold. And the kick is perfect. Alabama leads it 7-0. 2:38 to go here in the opening quarter. Derrick Henry again finds the end zone. He's done this a lot. Number 8 on the ground for the junior out of the Sunshine State.
Most people don't know that many prescriptions can cause dry mouth. Thankfully, ACT Dry Mouth Mouthwash and Toothpaste help relieve dry mouth symptoms with alcohol-free formulas that soothe and refresh, strengthen teeth, and freshen breath. ACT, stronger teeth and dry mouth relief.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah?
We've got Allstate, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Well, I found this new thing called
Allstate Quick Photo Claim.
It's an app. You understand that? Just take photos of the damage with your phone and upload them to Allstate.
Really?
So you get a
quicker estimate, quicker payment,
quicker back to normal.
I just did it. But maybe you can find an app that will help you explain this to your father.
quick photo claims. Just another way Allstate is changing car insurance for good.
AT&T presents the strongest of the strong.
Only the strongest get to watch the college football playoff at my place. Now, I'm going to put you through various feats of strength. You'll be painting your faces, making sandwiches, and washing my cars. Danny?
What does washing your cars have to do with college football?
You're out. Only the strong survive, gentlemen.
Who's strong enough to watch the college football playoff with Bo? Get stronger with AT&T, the network with the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
Every game day begins somewhere. Franklin American Mortgage. It all begins with home.
Lay the foundations with the help of the gods of a powerful empire. Plan your strategy, forge alliances, and fight in epic battles, and become ruler of Grepolis. Play now for free at grepolis.tv or download the app.
It was an 11-play drive, but 10 of those were running plays capped off by Derrick Henry from a few yards out.
Well, you know, this is a big offensive front, but it gets even bigger when you put 320 pounds, your right tackle there, and you're going to pull Alphonse Taylor to the point of attack. And we talked about the two-back offense. Michael Nicewander in there as well. That's 900 pounds that you're slamming up into the point of attack, and that's excluding the 240 pounds that's carrying the football. So you're talking about, you know, what, half a ton that you're blowing up in there?
9 straight game with a rushing touchdown for Derrick Henry. Caldwell on that return out over the 20 to the 22-yard line. So let's see if ULM can answer here. A couple of punts on their first 2 possessions. You know, this Alabama defense, you talk to Kirby Smart like we did yesterday, and you mentioned it, this front seven, he is just, he says it could be the best front seven he's coached since he's been here. That's saying something.
Wow, that was a mouthful, but I tell you what, when he said it, you know, my eyes didn't pop out of my head.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking, and you look at their down players, and it's not just the front line 3. You know, they roll another 3 in there, and they're every bit as physical. They can be dominant along that line of scrimmage and off.
Smith on the near side. Jalen Holly makes the catch. Swarming Crimson jerseys again. Fitzpatrick, the first one there. A loss of a yard. Let's go to Casey.
Well, Dave, Alabama defensive coordinator Kirby Smart pulled Reuben Foster aside after that last defensive series and said, hey, you've got to call the plays quicker. As soon as the receivers are set, I want those plays called to the defense.
He'll have to call this one from the sidelines as he heads over to stand next to Kirby Smart on what's second down and long now, 2nd and 11. Smith. High throw, pass is caught out around the 30-yard line. That's a Jalen Holly, gain of 9. That'll set up a 3rd down and about 2, maybe 2.5. Fitzpatrick there to make the stop for the Alabama defense.
Jalen Holly, the other half of that pass receiving core, the duo that they like so much at ULM, Garrett Smith, starting to get him more incorporated in their passing game, so it's not so centered on Rashawn Caesar, who's yet to get going in this one.
ULM can really use a conversion here. They're 0 for 2 on a warm afternoon here. Their defense been on the field quite a while in the first quarter. They'll come near side. Caesar dropped it.
Caesar doesn't come up with this catch. I think if he handles it cleanly, he'd have enough to turn the corner and get upfield quickly. It wasn't 3rd and much. But of course, you got to secure the reception first. So getting closed upon quickly, unable to handle it. You mentioned it, Dave. They need to get something going offensively. So far, haven't been able to do so.
Qualls out of Searcy, Arkansas. Cyrus Jones. He's to midfield. A flag down back at the 42-yard line. Nifty return from Cyrus, but that will be coming back.
Well, Cyrus Jones, they pulled him over to defense, former receiver showing some moves.
During the return, illegal block in the back. On the return team, number 20, the 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, that's on Sean Hamilton. And you see him trailing. It's going to end up, I think, being on, you see number 20 as he enters the screen right there, blocking the back to negate what was otherwise a pretty electric return by Cyrus Jones.
So that'll put the ball back at the Alabama 47-yard line. That last drive, 11 plays, 10 of those on the ground, so maybe they're trying to just ground and pound this ULM defense on a warm day here at Bryant-Denny.
You know, if it's there, you know, why get away from it? It was a slow start on those first two possessions. Go with what's working.
Coker on a little play action. Going deep, one-on-one coverage. Dropped at the goal line. Darius Stewart and Lindsey Pipkins shoulder to shoulder, and Stewart just couldn't hang on.
And Pipkins does a great job of raking this football as it drops into the arms of Darius Stewart. Slowed Darius just a little bit on that throw, hung just a hair, gave Pipkins a chance, see him with that left hand, to rake that football out of there.
Wide side of the field throw right through the hand for Chris Black. Boy, that throw was there.
That's a couple, really. I mean, I'm splitting hairs on the Darius Stewart. It was a better defensive play that time, though. And Chris Black just has to come up with that reception. Pipkins again on coverage, but plenty of room to make that catch. Let's see, missed opportunity there in the passing game.
Well, now you're looking at 3rd down and 10.
That's the problem when you take that shot on first down. That ball was there, you don't come up with it, an incompletion on second. And you're facing a difficult 3rd down conversion.
Coker pocket, stands tall, going deep again. This one is overthrown. Looking for Stewart once again. Pipkins in coverage, and ULM's defense forces a 3 and out. Stewart getting a lot of work. Matter of fact, last week he got a ton of work. He played over 100 snaps last week.
Pretty remarkable. We know obviously he's getting some team snaps as well. Stewart, who lines up on the right side of the formation exclusively, they'll send him deep. He's a guy that can stretch the defense for this Bama offensive attack. But it's the completions. It's the throws like the one on 2nd down to Chris Black that the coaching staff are looking for this passing game to complete. It's not just on the quarterback.
What good high kick that will hit at the one and bounce into the end zone for a touchback. 12 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Make it 11 now. Watch ESPN as your best friend on a busy college football Saturday. Use it to stream every game live on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Just download the Watch ESPN app or go to watchespn.com. That sucker, I was up here before the game, got here a little early, and I was just zipping through every game. It was unbelievable. Just find me the hot game.
It is. I mean, the world is your oyster, man. What game you want to see?
I know that they designed that and put it out because of me. So I appreciate all the folks at the tech department back at ESPN for developing the app.
The target demo, huh? Play-by-play guys.
I'm that guy. 1st down and 10 for the Warhawks. Smith will keep it, and well, the run game just for ULM this year hasn't been great. And I'm trying to run against these guys from Alabama. Hard to get that run game cranked up against these guys. 15 minutes in the books. Alabama with a 7-0 lead. We'll head back to the capstone right here on the SEC Network.
I thought you said you were going to test drive this Buick first.
I am test driving it for 24 hours.
Nice Buick. I guess the test drive last night went well.
Actually, I'm still on it. You know we're test driving this Buick for 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Test washing it.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know when you're done. I'm going to take it test shopping.
The Buick 24 Hours of Happiness Test Drive on your terms and schedule. Current lessees, switch to Buick with this low mileage lease on this Encore for around $189 a month.
The Cinnamon Swirl French Toast Breakfast Sandwich. Make it a large combo for your chance to win great prizes from Hardee's and Bass Pro Shops.
Shelter Insurance has covered a lot of miles and a lot of cars and drivers since 1946. We like knowing we have you covered, so you can just sit back and enjoy the ride. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Tomorrow's match day, and that is when Sal finds out what kind of doctor he's going to be, where we're going to be for the next 6 years, where we're going to need to buy a house. Tomorrow will change everything. I never go into the bank, so I don't really know what they can help us with, but we're hoping to get a little guidance with what to do financially.
Maurice definitely helped us with realizing how many tools Regions actually has. And Sue was great with helping us with our mortgage.
We do have a lot of programs for first-time home buyers.
I feel so much better knowing that everything's taken care of. It feels exciting. It feels scary. We have a lot to look forward to. I'm so ready to take our next step.
Missouri, Kentucky, tonight at 7:30 on the SEC ESPN network.
Well, Alabama outgains ULM 95-14 in that first quarter. Hard to run against this Alabama defense.
And part of the reason we're talking about, somehow or other, Garrett Smith ending up with a football, it's because of this technique right here. Denzel DeVaul is going to come upfield instead of closing down. And you'll see a Jalen Holly, number 21, blow through the backfield. Garrett Smith's got no other choice but to hang on to this football. Right now, Alabama forcing ULM to try to keep the football in their quarterback's hands on these reads.
Second down. Smith, empty backfield, throws near side. Caesar makes the catch, falls forward to the 29-yard line, about a yard shy. ULM has yet to pick up a first down this afternoon. They're a yard shy from doing that at the moment. Well, look where Rashawn Caesar stacks up. 34 straight games.
You can tell why he's proven to be such a reliable piece of what they try to do offensively. See wholesale substitution that time by ULM, a new receiver group.
Pocket collapses. Smith goes down back at the 26-yard line on 3rd down and 1, and now they're looking at 4th down and about 4.5. Jaron Reed, first man there.
Dylan Lee as well, coming in from his linebacking position. It looked like maybe Garrett Smith was going to try to get that football out. Dylan Lee jumped up right into his line of sight. Jaron Reed for 9-0. That is a pocket collapsing machine.
Bad snap, loose football. Qualls in the end zone. He's going to try to run with it, and he is hammered at the 15-yard line. He loses 11. And slow to get up. Boy, did he take a shot.
And it looked to me, Dave, it was a good snap, but it was one of the shield guys. It looks like that ball got tipped. I think it was Frank Sutton Jr., the right guard, who was lined up in the shield. Watch his hand. See it bounces right off of his left shoulder. And ULM has had its difficulties in the punt game. We saw it in week 1 versus Georgia, where that shield just was not holding up. They got a tipped punt early in that game and one that was blocked in the end zone. And now giving the Tide a red zone possession to start a drive.
First down from the 15. Coker to throw. Goes to the wide side. Ridley. Touchdown, Alabama.
Ridley's such a playmaker for this offense. Young, early in his career. He's one of those guys that's going to have to step up. They think he can be a Kenyon Drake type of a player for them. A guy that they can use in a lot of different ways offensively.
Griffith with the point after attempt. It is up and it is good. So Calvin Ridley, the nation's top-ranked wide receiver coming out of South Florida, Coconut Creek, Florida, with his first of what should be many Alabama receiving touchdowns. It was all set up by the miscue on the special teams. Short field, and Alabama makes them pay.
I play my heart out, and this is the big break I've been looking for.
My family's been shopping at Belk my whole life.
Now they're helping us launch our music career with the Southern Musician Showcase.
It's fashion, it's music. I feel like an edgy Southern belle.
We as Southerners have a sense of pride about our music.
We want to give our absolute best.
Music is the heart of the South, and Belk gets it.
Belk salutes the winners of the Southern Musician Showcase. Hear more music, see more styles, and learn their stories at belk.com/music.
This autumn, leaves aren't the only things falling. During the Echo National Sales Event, get this shredding vac for under $200, this handheld blower for $149.99, or this backpack blower for less than $300. But hurry, these deals won't last.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah?
Yeah. Then how'd I get this?
Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check.
Who's that?
So weird, right? My agent, Tom, said...
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every single...
Its 11th year sponsoring the Good Hands Field Goal Nets. Allstate makes contributions to participating universities' general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kick. Since 2005, Allstate has donated millions in scholarship funds. Alabama will kick it off again, leading 14-0. This time Caldwell will take a knee. And this ULM offense will try to find a way to pick up their first down of the day.
Narrowly missed one on a previous possession. Caesar incapable of coming up with a reception. Alabama doing a good job of keeping the football in the quarterback's hands. Forcing them to run the football with Garrett Smith and their read run game.
Smith, 5 out of 7 throwing the football, but only 18 yards. ULM with a total of 9 yards of offense. They are -9 in the rushing department, 18 yards through the air. Alabama put up 110 yards of offense. First down and 10 from the 25. Here's Howdy fighting his way out to the 30-yard line. And this is a tricky situation. We talked to Todd Berry, the ULM head coach, about this. He's calling plays this year. He's a former offensive coordinator. He turned that over to a coordinator the last few years, but he's taken over the reins of the offense this year. And he loves the fast-paced tempo, spread him out. But in this situation, you got to be careful doing that.
It's true. Yeah, you got to protect your team. You got to protect your defense as well, especially if you're not picking up first downs.
Big collision at the 25. Smith goes down, loss of 4, and Alabama's getting after the quarterback now. DJ Petway, the first one there.
Just know where to go with the football, and you have to know that eventually that clock has got to go off in your head. If you're Garrett Smith, you have to unload the football somewhere so that you're not taking a negative yardage play and a shot when you still possess the football. Get rid of it, knowing that that pass rush is going to collapse in around you.
So now you're 3rd down and 10, a dangerous situation here for the Warhawks. Caesar comes into motion near side. 3-man rush. That pass is dropped. Trey Perrier, the junior, out of Kenner, Louisiana, can't hold on, and another 4th down situation coming up for ULM.
Even if Perrier comes up with that catch, really nowhere to go once he makes the reception. Would have been shy of the yards needed. A 3-man rush. You're flooding the coverage with 8 defenders and an underneath routes. There's nowhere to go.
Qualls. Good clean snap this time. End over end punt. Takes a ULM bounce down around the 30-yard line, out of bounds at the 29-yard line. So a 46-yard punt. And Alabama's offense back on the field with 12:04 to go. Second quarter, up a couple of touchdowns. Well, tonight on the SEC ESPN Network, it's conference play. Taking center stage, 25th ranked Missouri takes on the Kentucky Wildcats live from Lexington at 7:30 Eastern Time. Exclusively right here on the SEC ESPN Network. And of course, it'll be streaming live on the Watch ESPN app. And Missouri, they just keep finding a way